Good evening, dignitaries. In fact, it is a great honor for the editorial team of PreSense to have Dr. Veerappa Moily, Mr. T.S. Krishnamurthy, Dr. Rajan, and Mr. T.K. Rangarajan, and Mr. Kharventhan as chief guests. Really, it is a great honor for us. And we are now entering the 200th edition. And when I want to trace the history, the Prime Point Foundation was started in 1999 December just for the communication promotion. It was in a humble manner, and Dr. M.S. Swaminathan launched it. And thereafter, in 2002, we have been conducting a lot of seminars and workshops. In 1995, the internet came into existence in India for commercial use. I was one of the founders of Public Sector PR Forum. I had the great opportunity of witnessing the launch of internet at VSNL on 15th August 1995. That gave me a lot of interest how the technology is going to be used in the country. In April 2000, we conducted a Prime Point Foundation. They conducted a program jointly with the Madras Union of Journalists. How internet was going to become a great, rather change the entire way of communication. You remember that was in April 2000 when the internet modem was providing internet at the 18 kbps, kilobytes. Now we are talking about 300, 400 megabytes or 5G. But in those times when it was given at 12 and 18 kbps, we were having a seminar with Srinivasan from Columbia University, how the internet was going to change the landscape of the media. And everybody was making fun of me also at that time. What is that, how the print media and the television media can be challenged by a small junior fellow, like a small baby like internet. Now you see the differences. That was how even H.R. Mohan also, I think he's in this Zoom. He was also there at the time. Nurullah was there at that time. And slowly in 2002, we wanted to have a newsletter. And we started a PR Point newsletter. At that time, there were Yahoo groups did not come, Google groups did not come. One list group or e-groups, they had come. And we had a international level, we had a groups for communicators. At the time, I started PR Point newsletter in 2002. And bringing out the interviews from international experts. Even at that time, blogs were not in existence. I wrote about how the blogs were going to become a future of technology. But 8 issues were every 10 days in over enthusiasm. We did it at every 10 days. We released one issue. On the 8th issue, I found that I was the only reader and nobody was able to read it because it was so advanced technology. The technology used by me was much more advanced. So nobody was able to understand that. So I had to stop it. Again in 2006, on the suggestion of Dr. Kalam, for a positive journalism, we had a group of youngsters and students at the time. Even Shakti Prasanna is here in the Zoom. And he is a consulting editor. He was there, and some more enterprising youngsters. We had a meeting in February 2006, and we thought that we can start a revised newsletter. But this time we did not make a mistake. We went not ahead of the technology, went below the technology. Then on March 2006, and our Dr. Y.S. Rajan launched it on the online. That was the greatest day for us. And in fact, that day onwards, we are continuing till 200th edition. For the first edition, though I was running a group, when the first edition, when we wanted to do that, so much of challenges, nobody was willing to give us the interview because it was a small technology magazine. And nobody was willing, though I had a lot of contacts with the various corporate communicators, and they never allowed the CEOs to give an interview for a small magazine. Then I told Dr. Rajan, sir, this is the case. Then Dr. Rajan said, I will give you my interview in the first and I will launch it. Because Kalam and Dr. Kalam and Y.S. Rajan are very close associates. They knew the value of the positivity and that they gave shoulder to shoulder to me. The encouragement they gave at that time was really a tremendous, that gave me a push. Then we launched it online. Then slowly the podcast came in 2005 or 2006. Then 2006 in the podcast came. From 2006 onwards, I integrated podcasts also with the eMagazine. That's how the technology grew. And it is digital only eMagazine, no print editions. Till now, we have 31 eBooks. The compilation of various articles also we have published. Besides that, one of the flagship initiative is Sansadratana Awards. That also on the session of Dr. Kalam to honor the best performing parliamentarians and committees. And we have also published some of the best speeches of the parliamentarians. And even when Dr. Moily was heading the finance committee, he has been kind enough to give me the gist of the recommendations made by the finance committee. That also we published it. Till now, 31 ebooks have been published. And now we are going to have 3 more ebooks to add to our shelf. All the ebooks are being given free of cost, and we don't charge anything. Even the e-magazines are being released free of cost digitally and circulated. Today, we are going to have 3 ebooks. The first ebook is PreSense Stylebook for digital journals. The media houses will have a style, how to write, what to write, and all these things. PTI will be having, UNI will be having, API will be having, Hindu, Times of India. Normally, even in New York Times, Hindustan Times, everything will be having. Normally, these style books are proprietary, and their organizations will have it for their internal use. They will not make it public. But sometimes, it is very difficult for the journalism students and professors to understand that unless they join the company. Each company may have a different style book. So we thought, and our Ramesh Sundaram, editor-in-chief, he has got nearly 40 years of experience with the editorial and the proofreading section of the Hindu. He is thorough with the way in which the editing is being done in the Hindu. So, and 3 years back, Susan Koshi and myself, we were sitting for that. Susan Koshi is one of the inspiration for this also. But at the time, we could not do that. Now we were 2 or 3 months, we spent time. We were able to complete that style book. That style book for digital journalists, for all journalist students, and even for bloggers or anybody, they can use it free of cost after the launch. We will release it. And this can be used. Second book is Politics and Governance. Politics and Governance, numerous articles we have written, editorials and cover stories. We have compiled all these articles and we are publishing as ebook. And Priyadharshni Rahul, the editor, has taken the efforts in compiling all the articles and bringing out as an ebook. And the third one is media and communication. This is all the articles, editorials, and whatever the cover stories which we have written on media and communication over the period of years. Nurullah and Ramesh Sundaram have compiled it and they have brought it as an ebook. These 3 ebooks are going to be released by our Honorable Dr. Veerappa Moily, and all the things are free of cost. And now I'm also happy to say that we have received greeting messages from dignitaries. Mr. Hansraj Ahir, chairman of the OBC Commission, National Commission for OBC, and he is the constitutional authority of the cabinet rank. He has sent a message just 1 hour back, wishing us and wishing the 200th edition, wishing this event. And Mr. Arjun Ram Meghwal, Union Law Minister, he has also, and Parliamentary Affairs Minister, has sent that. And Jayant Sinha is the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Finance and successor to Dr. Veerappa Moily sir in the 17th Lok Sabha. He is chairing. He has sent a message. And Vijay Sai Reddy is the chairman of the Transport, Tourism and Culture Committee, Rajya Sabha Committee, and he has sent a greeting message. Gaddi Gowda is the chairman of the Agricultural Committee. He has also sent a greeting message. Plus, we have also received numerous greeting messages. And on this great occasion, this 200th edition, the whole month we are celebrating. We started the 200th edition by planting 200 tree plants with the support of Exnora. And now the entire editorial team welcome Mr. Dr. Veerappa Moily, the eminent person, Mr. T.S. Krishnamurthy. He has been associated with us as a mentor for a long time, not only even before the launch. I knew him well when he was the secretary or joint secretary in the government. I knew Mr. TSK. He has been one of the well-wishers and the guidances. And TK Rangarajan, whenever we wanted to write an article on anything, the opposite view, how the communists are feeling. Normally, I used to have a lot of interaction with him, though I may not quote him. And wonderful conversations I used to have with him on to know the insight. As a communist leader, he has done an excellent research. That's why I wanted Mr. TKR to be here. Kharventhan, he is in the BJP and he is a bar counsel and legal matters. What a wonderful, and he is also, both of us are contemporaries in the college, in the St. Joseph's College, and one of the Sansadratana awardees. And we welcome all the dignitaries for this event and honoring us. And Dr. Tamilchi Thangapandian is not able to come because today President of India is in Chennai. She has been allotted a protocol duties to accompany the President of India. And Mr. Kuldeep Ray Sharma is also not, his father is not well, so he had to rush there. So he is not able to come. Over to thank you, welcome all of you for having accepted our invitation to join us. After this, I request Dr. Veerappa Moily sir to launch the 3 eBooks and then announce also that he is launching the 3 eBooks and then give his address. Over to Priya. Really, I am grateful to Dr. Veerappa Moily, who has been so kind and he has a lot of love and affection for me. Even when I went to Bangalore, immediately he gave me an appointment to meet him. Though I was slightly delayed, he was patient enough to wait for me. And then Mr. T.S. Krishnamurthy, no doubt he has been associated like more a fatherly figure, and he has been with us for a long time. And T.K. Rangarajan, as I said, that though sometimes we may not agree on certain policies and other things, personal level, and really it was a pleasure to talk to him and discuss with him on various issues of governance and other things. I learned a lot from him. Dr. Kharventhan also being a legal man. Y.S. Rajan, we had a lot of interaction, not only even before the start of this eMagazine, Y.S. Rajan and myself, we had a lot of discussions and a lot of things. Even India Vision 2020, we had a essay competition also. All these competitions we were able to get. He was the chief guest for our jury committee. So we had a nice thing. As our Susan Koshi was telling, normally we try to make this edition very simple. Language is very simple. We never use a flowery language. And I have always been holding a view that all the writing should be clear and it should be understood by a common man who doesn't have much of a high-level qualification. In fact, I am also guilty of making Susan Koshi is like another female version of Shashi Tharoor. Such a fantastic language, English language she will make. But ultimately, I brought her to my level. That is one of the greatest achievements that I have made. And 2 or 3 times I will say, Madam, why not we change that? No, she will say that this particular word has got this meaning also. I say that this particular meaning, we must use the word which is commonly understood, even it may have a 10 meanings, but we will. So that type of thing that we were using it so that even you can check all the 200 issues at random, you can check up. All the things will be positive. Ethical, we always value the ethics and the neutrality. Editorials will be neutral. Neutral in the sense doesn't mean that we should not take a view. We will take a view. But at the same time, we will argue on both sides. We will argue on both sides. Whatever it may not be, we cannot say one-sided. But we will both sides, we will argue and then we will also take a view. Neutral doesn't mean it should be kept in abeyance. So really, I am grateful for all the dignitaries having honored us. We will continue to work with the same zeal. And from 201, our young team, already I have handed over many things to our young team, Priya and others, even Sansad Darsana team, I have handed over to Priya and the editorial team also. Now youngsters are holding it. Now I have asked them to revamp that from 201. How we can make it much more effective? You will be getting it with much more value additions. Thank you, Priya, and we can go for a vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.